Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about a piece of concept art that has apparently just come out for Jurassic Park 4, a version of the movie that would have existed far before what we got in 2015 from Colin Trevorrow. And with that piece of concept art comes a mutated Spinosaur design that is remarkably similar to something that we've actually seen conceptualized for Jurassic World Alive. So the origins of this piece of concept art come from Instagram. Once again, my good friend Luis, link to his account will be in the description down below, discovered the work of an artist who actually made a lot of Jurassic Park stuff back in the JP Institute days, which if you were like me and absorbing lots of Jurassic content back then, you've more than likely seen some of his work before. The artist has also done work in various coloring books, which kind of gives you an idea of what to expect from the image in question, which features a quote, mutated Spinosaurus and T-rex. Now, this design is described as a piece of Jurassic Park concept art the artist did decades ago, which he hadn't seen in a very long time. Which means that this was more than likely something that was meant to be a part of JP4 long before the days of the Indominus Rex. Now, if we take a look at the design of the animal overall, it looks like JP4 was trying to go in a much more monstrous and Frankenstein-like direction for their fourth movie. The Spinosaurus has been given these gigantic Therizinosaur-style claws, and its back looks a lot more like something you would see in a Suchomimus, apart from the spikes. The claws and body of the animal in general are extremely exaggerated and far more savage-looking in nature, while the T-Rex seems to be, at least from this angle, looking far more like its normal self. A fun little point of interest in this piece is the incorporation of a tiny raft where a few humans seem to be desperately trying to fend off the dinosaurs while trying to escape. It also helps give us a sense of scale for just how gigantic the mutated dinosaurs were going to be in this concept art's world. What I find to be most interesting about this piece of work and its incorporation of a, quote, mutant Spino is the fact that it's actually not too far off from what was given to us in mobile games like Jurassic World Alive. If we look at an animal like the Erlikospix, we can see the incorporation of those gigantic claws, spiky back, and Spinosaurian head via this art. And while the size is totally different and the feathers are a new addition, I do think there has to be a lot of this old concept art lying around somewhere for Jurassic World Alive to get so close to what the brand was doing way back in the 2000s post JP3. But what exactly was the story going to be around this time in Jurassic Park history? Well, we do know that the work of Carlos Huante and Joe Johnston to bring us human hybrid dinosaurs was well on the way, but the idea of dinosaur mutants hadn't really been discussed at all much in those years. There was of course the cancelled Lost World animated series that would have given us things like the Doomsday Rex in the late 90s, but this piece of art is way different from really anything out of the first three films. The only real correlation I can see is with something like Chaos Effect, which eventually wound up being a more extreme version of what Jurassic World offered us with its Indoraptor and Indominus Rex movies. If I had to make an educated guess for myself, I'd say that the concept art featuring a mutant Spinosaur running against a T-Rex was probably a part of a very early design phase for the fourth movie or its correlating merchandise that took place immediately after the release of Jurassic Park 3, if not soon after that. And I say this because we don't really have too much information on any sort of concrete story that was hopping around back then for the fourth movie until the leaking of John's sales draft, which is of course the legendary script that featured an early Raptor squad hybridized with human and dog DNA. This apparent conceptualization looks like it predates that 2003 to 2004 project and could have been done in the earliest days post JP3. Whatever it may be, I do personally think that this little piece of art does look pretty cool, and it's something that will no doubt leave a lot of fans thinking, what if, now that it's been uncovered and shown to the public. But what are all of your thoughts on this piece of art? What do you think this scene would have been like had it been realized, and what kind of franchise would we have if this is the direction they took JP4? Now, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it really means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I never want you to ever forget that. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video and hope that you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.